Dude, good morning.
Good morning. It's Saturday morning, my favorite Saturday morning of all times. Love Saturday
Telling
morning.
and I'm in my new hoodie. Uh, uh,
Hey, I don't
yeah.
have one yet.
Yeah, yours should be there by Wednesday night. I'm telling you. It's so nice. It's so nice. Big shout out to Karen and the team at Great Apparel Printing and Design. And also big shout out to Stephen Narks and his family who came up and helped pack and sort and do all that stuff. Shout out to Melissa who helped me then put them all in bags and we get to do a whole bunch more taping of labels today. So kind of excited about it. Let's get into this thing, man. Guys, welcome to the Drag Drive Repeat News presented by Summit Racing for February 8th, 2025. This year is already rolling. Today, we're going to dive into a couple fun things. Trademark-Gate 2025, Dragon Drive World Champion points updates, a new event just announced yesterday. I cannot wait. I'm so excited. We're going to talk about the second most famous couch on the internet and a bunch more. So, Mr. Eric White, will you hit that intro video, please, sir?
Yes, let's do that.
Was that a new intro?
I forgot that I had tweaked that one a little bit. Yes.
I was like about halfway through. I went, wait a minute, that looks all new, dude. That's awesome, man. I'll have to go back and watch this later, just like everyone else should. Please do us a favor, real quick. Hit the share button. This is going to be a good show. If you guys don't know, my name is Mike Narks. I'm the host of the Drag Drive Repeat News, which you're watching now, and the show, which is our long format thing that happens on Wednesday nights with guests and all kinds of crazy stuff, all kinds of deep dives into everything that's Drag and Drive. And then my co-host, Mr. Right Hand Man, Mr. Eric White over here. Introduce yourself. Tell them what you got going on.
I am Eric White, co host of both the show and the news here. Right hand man means everything drag, drive, repeat related. I am a part of the circuit related artwork,
Hmm.
design, stuff like that, new intro videos. And also, I have my own channels, both Motorsports Paparazzi and 815 LSX Swap. So I am all in on all these social media, YouTube channels,
Yeah,
helping grow everything.
yeah, we're eat up with car stuff over here. Well, man, I'm ready to get into this thing, but listen, we can't do that before we thank our race car friends who are awesome. But you know what? I didn't even load the slides. Can you do that real
I'm,
quick?
I'm
So
on it.
yeah, yeah. So race car friends, if you don't know, if you're new to this because you saw the trademark gate on the thumbnail, listen to me. Race car friends make this whole world go round. And we can't do this without you. We really appreciate everything that you guys do for us. The continued support. I was up about 1 o'clock last night working on stuff, trying to get ready for this morning. This show that you're watching right now is like almost real time. That is probably one of the curses of our setup is that I want the most recent news that we can talk about right here on the news or the show for you guys on Wednesday. So, that is a culmination of Eric and I and Joe just digging into all the social media stuff. But here's what we need: if you have stories, if you have something that you want us to talk about, send that to us. You can send it to dragdriverepeat@gmail.com. You can Facebook message me. You can Facebook message the page. You can Facebook message Eric and tell him, listen, we need ways to get this stuff to everyone better. So if you have that, please send that over in the future. We'd appreciate that a whole bunch. And then also our sponsors, man, they make this whole world go round right here, and I can't wait to get into some of this. We have a potential new sponsor that is coming on board, and I can't wait to make this announcement when it happens. If it happens, let's say if it happens. So send good vibes our way, and hopefully we'll have something figured out by Wednesday night. But right now, these sponsors helped make Sick Week possible. They helped make all the travels last year possible. Everybody signed a backup for 2025, and just want a big shout out to them. So if you're spending money, please spend it with these guys: Summit Racing, Molly Motorsports, Driven Racing Oil, Car Chains 3D, WAF Racing, Performer Built Transmissions, JWire Solutions, Howard's Cams, Sweet Patina, the best hand cleaning wipes on the market, Power Tube TV, and Racing Junk Classifieds. Y'all, we appreciate them. We appreciate everybody that is doing stuff around here for us. Hit that share button again as we get into this. Well, Mr. Eric, let's talk about the elephant in the room, man. You want to talk
Yeah,
about some Trademark-Gate 2025?
yeah,
So,
I think we should.
yeah, so we're not going to dive deep. Obviously, I have some behind the scenes knowledge that's could possibly be used by the folks that are trying to take care of this trademark fiasco. But I did want to kind of make a statement here. I want to kind of talk about the situation. So Eric and I are not affiliated with the Dash in Dash organization anymore. Um, I feel like this is like it just keeps recurring. It's like this recurring thing in the community. Everybody's frustrated. It's a portion of why I'm not involved in that anymore. If you want to help, probably the most helpful you can be right now is to get with Adam Dory and send in your name and address to his email address. You can see Adam Dory down there in the bottom. Get with him. He has posts all over the place looking for emails. He has hundreds of emails on the thing. And that's what's going to really do the most good in this situation. Going in and talking and calling names, probably not the best way to do it, but we can't let up, right? This has to stay in the front of mind. This is what's happened over the past few years is it's kind of it'll die down and then it comes back up and then it dies down. I think this Adam Dory's probably got the best route right now to get this handled. So big shout out to him. This is going to be this isn't something that's going to happen next week. I'll tell you guys that. This is I feel like based on what I'm seeing everywhere, this is going to be a little bit of a legal battle and it will take some time. I mean, this is a registered trademark from a federal judge. So this is a big deal. But so that takes time to get rid of if that's what the federal judge it wants to do with it, right? Um the man, I don't know. It's going to be a legal battle. I'll tell you that much. There are people on our side from the community side that are helping, but I'll say this, let's not let this just slide down into the bottom and be out of everybody's mind again. Um, I will say, based on earlier experiences, there's proof that this phrase was used before all of this went together, and then you can say the phrase, right? Like we can say drag and drive. We just can't put it as a promotional term. So I can't put it in, I can't put it in the title of our show, can't put it in can't create an event with it like that in the current way. But also there's no trademark police. Somebody's not gonna come to your house and like arrest you for using it. So it just depends on how much of a fight you want because it will be a fight. I mean, obviously, Robert Goodell and Cameron from New York State Dragon Drive, they had to rename theirs because they are being sued actively right now. They have a court date and everything with the situation. So, like, this has gone a lot further than anybody ever thought it would have. But I think Adam is on the right track. I will say there are several uh, companies that have printed material and sold those, and those folks haven't been sued. So that's kind of where I'm gonna leave all that. I will say that I do have a little bit of PTSD from this whole situation, because early as I was leaving my comfy corporate job, all of this went down before. So I'm hoping Adam can get this handled. I think this is probably again one of the best ways to take care of that, and I think I think it's got a good leg to stand on, especially with several hundred or even up towards 1,000. If we can kind of get behind this with some folks, and when they submit that to the whatever board does all of that stuff. So it's you guys. I love you guys. I love the drag and drive community. The passion that we all have is great. Eric and I, we just want to talk about drag and drive cars, events, and people and all that kind of stuff. So as you will see, a lot of the stuff being tagged, my name will be brought up a lot more, or brought up a lot. Please, if you have the 4 seconds, please say Mike Narks isn't involved in this anymore if I'm tagged in that, because I'm sure as we get into this fight, it's going to, we'll be dragged in a little bit more. But that's all I'll talk about on that.
Yeah, and remember that the Drag Drive Repeat Facebook page is a conversion from the original
Yep.
page. So if you go back and comment on those old posts from back then, it
Yep.
is going to show up as Drag Drive Repeat today. So keep that in mind. It is
Yep.
the same page that was rebranded. So if you go far enough back, we didn't go back and delete everything from the history because that was then and this is now. So just remember
Yep.
that we don't, you know, we're not republishing that information, but it is still there. So
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, history lesson real quick. I know it's probably longer than what anybody cares to know, but
I think
the,
it's good for everybody because there is still some confusion. I see
yeah,
it occasionally that people still consider us in that one unit, which is not true. We are separated.
right. So in early 2022, I created Drag Drive Repeat, all the social media, all that kind of stuff. Um, Later in 2022, I then partnered up with that organization. And then once that was dissolved in early 2024, I took and the pages that I had built under both names, I took and moved it all back to Drag Drive Repeat instead of creating all new pages and handing over pages that I had spent hundreds of hours working on, thousands of hours working on. I just reverted back to the original name. So that's what we're going to talk about. So it's going to be
We
kind of neat.
Yeah, we could turn off comments on the old post, but that would be a lot of work. There's, a few years. I mean, I guess we could go back on
Yeah,
the ones that we know would get traffic and turn those off. But you know what? It is what it is. It's part
yeah,
of history. Um, and then the last thing, just remember, you can use it as a descriptor. There's nothing against that right now. You know, this is drag, drive, repeat, a drag and drive show. That's a descriptor. That kind of stuff is fine. It just can't be the drag and drive show. That's
yeah,
the simplest way today to explain what you can and can't use with it. And hopefully that all gets changed sometime in the future.
yeah. That is for sure. Okay, that's
Yes,
Trademark-Gate 2025.
yes, Ralph, we would love for you to do that, but we won't tell you that you have to do that.
Yeah, yeah, not at all. I mean, like, here's the thing: having other brands within the community is good. It grows the community. With people seeing those some decals like that on there. Obviously, we would love to have Drag Driver Pete on all the cars we can. So,
And the hardest thing seeing that is we did build that. Like it
yep,
is hard to see that stuff go away because we were the reason it was built into what it was. We were doing this, building that up. So there is a little bit of like it does suck, but it's what
yeah,
we got to do to move away.
yep, yeah. Thanks, Adam. Appreciate that. All right, let's get to the real news. But
Yeah.
hey, we had to address that for sure. All right, Summit Racing's speed legacy began in 1968 as a one-man startup and is now the world's speed shop with 4 facilities and 200 plus catalog editions. They feel your passion, they save you money, they deliver fast, and offer top-notch customer service for more than 1,500 brands. Make sure to download the Summit Racing mobile app for easy access to speed parts. Find them on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. Also, you can tune in to the On All Cylinders podcast for more automotive discussions. From humble origins to the social media lane, Summit Racing stands by your need for speed. Find everything at summitracing.com. New parts, obviously new parts, but like stuff for your regular daily driver, stuff for your hot rod, all that kind of stuff is over there. And for the Gen 3 Hemi dudes, new product release. Thanks. Big shout out to Tommy for sending this over. Uh, Bro, new heads. Come on.
Yeah.
Um, This looks like a good setup here. 195cc Street Hawk AFRs. They're saying like 65 horsepower gain just by bolting these on.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
I think that works, right? So that it goes into a lot of detail here. The 195cc Street Hawk CNC cylinder heads manufactured from A356 aluminum. I don't know what that means. Sounds super cool though. It's A356. Um, the runners and combustion chambers have street performance CNC porting, so they're already ported from the factory for excellent airflow. And then didn't know this was a big deal. 750 0.75-inch decks to handle boost and big horsepower and improved water jacketing for enhanced cooling. I did see that and I thought, man, there was somebody the other day that was talking about maybe doing a Gen 3 Hemi in their car instead of like an LS. And I think we're going to see a lot more of that. I think the big three guys are leaning on the Gen 3 stuff. There's a lot of Gen 3 Hemi stuff that's coming out that works.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see kind of the growth there, and having better parts and better pieces is always a big benefit for the community. And then obviously when you guys are over there shopping for that stuff, pick up your Drag Drive Repeat hoodie and T-shirt. Just throw that in the mix there. Nobody will ever know that you just added $20 for a T-shirt or the big brim hat, $16. Kept my neck from getting more sunburned.
Right.
So
Uh,
and then what we got here?
John Moore here saying those heads can be used with both the 6.4 intake and the 6.2 Hellcat supercharger.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, because in the write-up it only said 5.7 and 6.1. So
Yeah.
that's great to know. That's great to know. Now we just need to build a Hemi. We need to get your car done and start working on that. Well,
Right.
like I said earlier, the race car friend stuff is ready to go. You guys can see all the shipments that are there. We're getting ready to take those and label them this afternoon and throw those in the mail. There was several that went out yesterday. The rest of these will hopefully go out they'll be ready today and tomorrow, and they'll go out Monday. So the
Looking forward to it.
the assembly line process not as well thought out at my house. I'll tell you that much. So probably going to convert the garage into to storage and an assembly line. The shop out here. Sorry. So all right,
Yeah.
let's do it, man. Let's do
Excited
it.
to start seeing these out at events. These are going to be cool.
Yeah, I'm excited too. It's going to be really neat. I think this is a stepping stone for us for 2025.
Absolutely. All right. Driven Racing Oil is the performance engine oil that can do it all. GP1 is the ultimate oil for any race or performance application, whether launching hard at the drag strip, enduring the extreme heat of off road and circle track, or pushing limits in top field drag boats and demo derbies. Winning racers choose GP1. Compatible with engines from classic hot rods to cutting edge race machines, GP1's unique surface cling and high zinc formulation ensures superior wear protection, particularly for flat tappet camshafts, while solving issues like cylinder washout with methanol and ethanol fuels. Crafted from the legendary Bradford, Pennsylvania base oil, then enhanced with state of the art additive packages, GP1 offers the best in protection and performance. And you guys know drivenracingoil.com is where you can pick up your GP1 or any Driven Racing Oil merch, and you can find them on social media, Facebook and Instagram at Driven Racing Oil.
Yeah, love the Driven Racing Oil team. They are awesome. All right, let's talk about the first event that came up that I didn't put in the photos there. The Roadrunner Rally. I'm excited about this one. This is we're beginning to see like these guys that are long time drag and drive attendees and racers and like this one, photographers coming out and host their own event and all that kind of stuff. My daughter in here messaging me. So Patrick Garrett Roadrunner Media is hosting the Roadrunner Rally at West Texas Abilene Raceway in October. I think the weather's going to be perfect for this. So you got West Texas Abilene, you've got Hobbs Airfield Speedway, Alien City Dragway, which we stopped at last year for 666, and then Pinwell Knights Raceway. I don't know where that's at. Excited about visiting new tracks, and then back to West Abilene. So for October 10th and 11th. So after party shootout, all that kind of stuff. I'm really this is awesome to see new events pop up all the time. This puts us at like 33 events on the schedule for 2025 already.
That's awesome. And we're only 8 days into February.
Yeah, yeah. And so, at this point, we don't know how many more events, but I don't know. I figure 40 is probably where we're gonna be.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is exciting to see a new event. Good luck to him. Make sure you're following the Roadrunner Rally on Facebook. That's where you're going to be able to find probably most of the information there, or roadrunnerrally.com. And you
All
can
right.
see a full list of all of the events on our website at dragdriverpete.com/event list 2025.
Yep. And we're only 19 days away from the Hot Lap Challenge by Bang Shift. So this is going to be pretty awesome. I look forward to seeing the coverage on this. 8 classes. And this might be the first time for a big wheel class, which is going to be super interesting.
Yeah, I can't remember another big wheel class. I feel like there was maybe one at Southeast Street at one time, but maybe one or two cars showed up. So if you guys are anywhere near Louisiana or want to have fun between events, this is a great one, the Hot Lap Challenge. And it's put on by Bane Shift, like Chad Reynolds, the dude that's been doing this forever. This will be a
Yeah.
good one.
Yep. That is going to be awesome. And then if you didn't finish with enough points for the world champion from Sick Week, Kakalaki Run is going to be the next points eligible event. So that one is coming up here next month, March 24th through 29th. And there are still a few spots remaining. So get on the list for that one.
Yeah, that one's going to be a good one.
And then we have Central Georgia Battle of the Street. I can't see on the screen. I don't remember what the date is on that
March
one.
8th.
March
March 8th.
8th.
Yep.
Okay, and
Oh,
that's
that's a November 2nd, 2024 flyer I grabbed there. See, that's that 1 a.m. stuff, man.
yeah. So that one's coming up here in just about 1 month from today. So that's your
Yeah.
single day South Georgia Battle of the Streets event.
Yep. And Mike Mayo's talking about maybe hosting a longer event. So, support on this one would help a lot, would go a long way for him doing a several day event. And then Central Victorian Dragon Drive, man, this is what kicks off the Australian season right here. Tons of index stuff. These guys have a blast. Ladies, you have a full on class for yourself for Dial Your Own. So, you know, double enter, get in the, you know, regular class, get in your regular index class, and then jump in the ladies DYO. Looks like it's going to be pretty fun. I mean, that's always a great event. Dave Curtis is a big supporter of what we do here, and so we appreciate him and all the stuff that he does. But yeah, this is going to kick off, I think, probably an 8 or 9 event season for Australia.
Mm-hmm.
Bring it on. And then the circuit, guys. I don't know if you know this or not, but all classes are sponsored.
Oh, yeah.
Excuse me while I dance a little bit. So I'm really pumped. Glad to welcome on Tuned by JP. Big shout out to Jim Parkson, fastest 8th mile car of 2024. He's on. He is sponsoring Small Tire, and then Clint Sadowski has come on board as the unlimited sponsor. Maybe I have those flipped. I don't know. There's going to be a post this weekend about it. So all of our classes are sponsored, which is awesome, which is great. Thank you so much to our sponsors for doing that. If you are not following the Circuit, a charity with horsepower, please jump over on Facebook and do that. And then we run a lot of specialty trophies, which are goofy things, fun stuff, first broke, or like the biggest wheelie. Trophy, I guess, probably, but it's more of a presentation because like Four Eyed Performance gives money, and then Johnny Allen Media does a like a full on photo package for the winner of the biggest wheelie competition, or not competition, participation. I don't
Challenge.
know. Bob Larson won it last year with the gasser, and it was awesome. Dude was way up in the air, and so those kind of things, you actually end up winning $300. So it's kind of a neat deal. Plus, all the recognition that you get from that. So if you are a person that wants to do some of that stuff and you kind of have this idea of a fun trophy for these folks, come on, let's do it. Let's talk about it. I'm all about it because our main goal with trophies and stuff like that is to get people their entry fee back so they are racing for free, air quotes. Um, so anytime anybody wants to get in, come on, we're ready. All right, let's talk about road trip drag challenges right after that, April 11th through 13th. Another Australian event. They actually have 3 events during the year. And then that is our Driven Racing Oil event updates. Thank you so much again to Driven and the team for the hospitality last week, 2 weeks ago, however long ago I was at sick week. It can't be, right? I got home. I've been home more than a week, right?
I don't think so.
Phew, man, wow. What a wild week then. CarChange 3D should be your first choice for custom 3D printed parts for your project car. Corey can take your idea to reality. Maybe you're looking for that special car guy gift that they can't get anywhere else. Corey can produce a one-off keychain for that special person's special car, or put it on a hat. It's always a good idea. Find more Car Change 3D or on social media by searching Car Change 3D on Facebook and Instagram. And this dude is an animal. He just continues to crank out stuff. It's wild to me. So this is a S197 Mustang that's getting a Holly dash, a Holly 12.3 dash. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
which looking at that picture, it almost doesn't even look like one would fit there.
Yeah, it's awesome. What's really cool about what he does is he can, now then he'll take that, he'll work it for Fuel Tech and um what's Haul Tech and all the different things that you need for your gauges. He can make it work within, I guess at this point, probably whatever car you have, dude. I mean, that's crazy, the amount of stuff that's there. I saw Ralph Foy ask if we were going to Drag Week. Yes, that is the plan. 20th anniversary of Drag Week. I'll be there, buddy.
All right, and then after that, we've got cup holders. So obviously, Car Chains does a lot with cup holders. So you can see cup holders for different ones. This one looks like it's the Motion Raceworks shifter
Mhm.
here, but he's got ones for all types of shifters. So if you're looking for a custom cup holder for whatever shifter you've got in your car, reach out to Corey at Car Chains. I guarantee you he either has something already or he will make you something
Yeah.
for whatever you got.
Well, and Eric sent him his shifter that's going to be in his drag and drive Mustang, and he made like this cup holder thing that goes out in the front of it. And then Corey had posted about some cup holders in the center of I think it was a Fox body yesterday or day before. Um, Basically a block off area for if you move the shifter up like this one would be on a stand. And so then you can create cup holders there where the shifter used to be. So really cool stuff. He's really thinking about that all the time. Good morning, Andrew Nelson. Good morning, everybody that's making comments. Thank you so much. We appreciate all of those for sure. Uh, the reason I was up so late last night is because obviously I'm a little bit of a nerd. And anytime I start working in Excel, it's really difficult for me to go to bed. So I started working on the top, the Drag and Drive World Champion points, which is very time consuming, man. Like there's so many different, I got to make sure the records are right. Got to make sure classes, it's sorted the correct way. Got to make sure that person actually won the class and that person came in second and third. Um, the top 21 spots are separated by 4 points.
That's incredible.
Incredible. So obviously Brett Lasala is currently number one, 39 points with his 6.24 average, which is pretty freaking awesome. Uh, in second place is Nick Reinhardt with 39 points as well. But the reason he's in second is because he has a 693 average. Okay. Josh Davis, number 3 with 38 points. And the reason they are different is because Brett Lasala and Nick Reinhardt both reset class records. So Josh Davis's was not a class record because of Brett's 640 or something like that last year for that class. Graham Hayes, number 4 with 38 points with a 6.649 average. Glenn Hunter, number 5 with 38 points, 7.018. Ed Enzer, the naturally aspirated car, number 6 with 38 points as well, with a 7.096 average. Jamie Dollar, this was a fun one, number 7, 38 points. So listen to that. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people tied for what would technically be second place with his Rowdy Radial win with a 4.992 average, which, if you do the math on moving it to a quarter mile, puts him at a 771 ish average, which would put him below Ed Enzer. And then Bob Hess, number 8, 37 points with a 745. Randy Seward, number 9, who finished second overall last year and won our 850 first ever 850 points championship. He's in ninth place with 37 points at an 850 with a 7. He's also first in the 850 points championship. And then Jeremy Bonnet, way to go, buddy, number 10 with 37 points with an 8.889 average. So I'm kind of excited for all those guys. I'll be making some artwork later today talking about some of that. I just got to go through all my photos and get pictures of the cars and all that kind of stuff. This is a big deal. This year, we're going to really talk about this a whole lot. There are a lot of nuances that go in, especially when you start looking at events and looking at trying to figure out your math and where you're at and how you're going to get to your world champion stuff. I feel like without Bryant Goldstone having this, is it going to motivate Bryant to go for the 3-time win here?
Yeah.
Are we going to see the new car come out and him reset records with it? Is he going to lean on the Javelin a little bit more? With throwing a rod in the Javelin at Sick Week, now we've got time before Sick Summer.
Right.
I do know there is an 850 class car that has won a lot of events in 2024 that is looking at Kakalaki Run. So that's, the next points eligible event. Like, what's that going to, man, I just can't wait. We're going to have a blast. But this 10-0 championship deal, I started trying to get into some of it, and it's going to be so much more complicated. So
Yeah.
by Wednesday night, I should have it done by Wednesday night. We'll have a top 3 in that, because the cool thing about 10-0 stuff, 10-0 and slower, is you don't get additional points for 10-0 and slower ET averages. So those guys, the only way to win that is to attend events and win your class or place in your class. So it's gonna be. I think that's gonna be the one to watch this year. The 10-0 and slower points championship. I think it's gonna be fun. And if you guys haven't seen the championship belts, go back and look at our Facebook page. Man, super cool. Travis Wise knocked them out of the park last year. So I can only imagine what he's gonna do for us this year.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Brett was first place last year after Sick Week as well.
Yeah, probably.
So,
Yeah,
so
I think he set the record in that class, and obviously, he kind of went in and kicked butt last year too.
yeah, going into our third year, it'll be interesting because we can start to see some trends now. And,
Yeah,
okay, after Sick Week every year, Brett LaSalle is number 1. And, and start seeing these different trends, though, on how the year progresses. I think that's going to be fun to watch, too.
yeah. Daniel Johansson here saying he's missing Sick Week, but I've been busy editing all the pics. Dude, your pics are amazing. DJ Photo, guys, you got to go over and look at that. Please, please, please go over and look at that. All right. Molly Motorsports, love those guys. If you don't know, Molly is the best. Love them and the whole team over there. I don't think I moved that one up. Sorry, man.
I'm like looking here. I'm like, where we at? Where we at?
Hey, it was a late night. It was a late night.
All good. Attention, high performance enthusiasts and racers. Meet the Molly Motorsports Power Pack Kit, your ultimate solution for power pack performance. The Power Pack pistons are made from either 4032 aluminum alloy to allow for tighter cylinder to wall clearances and improved temperature stability, or 2618 alloy to allow for increased detonation resistance. What sets Molly apart? It's their forged pistons, graphol coating, and the phosphate treatment for peak performance and durability. Elevate your ride with Molly Motorsports, where performance meets precision. Visit mollymotorsports.com for more details. And for our podcast listeners, Molly is spelled Mahle.
Yeah, and if you're listening on the podcast, just jump over to YouTube, watch it over there.
Yes.
So you can see all the cool photos that we're putting up here.
And our gentleman's agreement, guys, if you guys are enjoying the live stream, hit the like button, follow, subscribe wherever you're watching. This is our little gentleman's agreement. No contracts, no strings. Just you showing some love to us and us promising to keep delivering the content that you guys came here to see. So my new tagline here, keep the vibe alive, like and subscribe. Let's keep on rolling.
That's awesome, man. Run us through the thanks, and then I'll do the power tube.
All right. Again, thanks everybody. It's been a great morning so far. Lots of comments, lots of people watching. Again, this is our Saturday morning news. It's an hour of updates, and we appreciate everybody jumping in on a Saturday morning. You guys are our race car friends. And of course, our sponsors couldn't do it without these guys: Summit Racing, Molly Motorsports, Driven Racing Oil, Car Chains 3D, WAF Racing, Performabuilt Transmissions, J-Wire Solutions, Howard's Cams, Sweet Patina, Power Tube TV, and of course, Racing Junk.
Oh yeah, yeah. Sorry, I'm over here sharing it right now to the Race Car Friends group. Which if you guys haven't joined that, you need to jump over and do that, because I feel like sometime soon there may not be another group to. There'll be a second. We'll be the second group in all of that. All right, PowerTube TV. Rev up your engines with PowerTube TV, the ultimate destination for automotive entertainment. Stream for free on the web, Roku, mobile apps, and more. Catch replays of our shows right here and exclusive content from top creators. And Pink's 2.0 is coming back. See this? Pink's 2.0 and Pastime. Bring it on, bud. I cannot wait. PowerTube TV isn't just a platform, it's also a community. Join the content creator development program like us and be part of something special. Find more at watchpttv.com or get with us and we'll get you with the team over there to talk with them and all that stuff. I can't wait for Pastime, dude.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a big deal.
My favorite picture that they've been sharing is the Pinks have balls. Yep.
Yeah.
I think they said they have the top or the first 8 racers or something already locked in.
Yep, they are. They're definitely talking through that, and they're planning out their Power Fest right now, which is middle of the year on the
June.
East Coast. So kind of be planning around some information around that. We're actually talking about some things that we can help with on that side. So we'll see. I don't know. I got to figure that, put that into our schedule.
Yep, I think it was like June 11th through 13th or something like that.
Yep. Yeah, I think it's at Rockingham, right?
I believe so.
We can't talk about that yet, but it's a good one. It's a good one. I know who it is, and I'll tell Eric off screen so everybody can. But we can't. Obviously, I can't. We can't make that announcement. But it's pretty exciting. You guys are going to enjoy it a lot. You'll like to listen to him a whole bunch. All right. Probably the most famous couch. Oh, hang on. There it is. Sorry, I drove right past it. Let's play the Howard's Cams community video and let's jump into this crazy couch story.
Yes.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Harris from the Monoxide Podcast. Real quick, Howard's Cams was founded as a racing cam manufacturer almost 80 years ago when Howard Johansson created Howard's Power and Racing Equipment in 1945. Howard's Cams has always used on-track experience to design the most powerful designs, and today they have an even greater group of experienced racers in circle track, drag racing, road race, mud bog, and marine. They use all this input plus the most advanced computer software to design the most competitive race-winning products. From pioneers in drag racing and oval track to cutting-edge marine development, Howard's Cams is at the forefront of the industry. So make sure to reach out to our friend, Luke B, for your next valve train upgrade.
All right. Where am I at here? Sorry. I'm all over the place.
We're about to talk about couches. That's what we're about to talk about.
This couch, if this doesn't stay all year, I'm going to be upset. This couch thing has been hilarious. I can smell it already. Yeah, that's the truth. That is the truth. We had a blast with this, man. There's pictures. This is probably the second most photographed couch on the internet right now.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, Jesse Fox was using it to edit, said it was super comfortable. Can you imagine pulling into your hotel and seeing the Lumberjack El Camino, previously raced at the circuit, by the way, with a couch strapped on the back of it? Can you imagine seeing that? You'd be like, where am I? What is happening here?
Yeah, that's if it was strapped down at that point.
So in the photo here on the right, for the folks that are watching on YouTube and Facebook, you can
It is
it is
strapped.
strapped in the parking lot. Now, there were several times they were driving and it was not strapped.
I'm kind of curious on the story of it falling off though, because they didn't get too in depth of what happened. But
Right.
I'm definitely kind of want to know more about that.
Yeah, I hope it like somersaulted off the back. That's what I want to know if it did that. I
Yeah,
mean,
like that's a great shot there.
yeah, just cruising through the pits. I can't remember who is it, Savage Speed Films or something like that. It says it down there in the bottom corner. I had to grab this shot. It was awesome. If you just
Yeah.
type in like Cletus couch, it brings up all this fun stuff. And then the guys at Orlando or at SGMP have been having a blast with it. They put it on the starting line, all this kind of stuff. It's front row seat VIP there. Got me a little nap in. Not much of one because it's pretty gross. And I was wearing pants, so you know, but it was a good time. This is the kind of goofy stuff we need in Drag and Drive. They had a blast that week.
Yeah, and I said it last week. Like I think for the people that watch that, it really resonated with how much fun you can have for little money
Yeah,
and not 6-second cars. Like you don't
yeah,
need fast cars to have this much fun. Like if he had if he had mullet, he would have never stuck a couch in the back of it. You know what I mean? Like that's the kind of fun stuff like just out there having a blast.
yep. Well, and what I understood was the reason they grabbed it was to cover a spare motor they had in the back or something, or the
Yeah,
motor they blew up. They put. I can't remember how it
yeah.
works.
They had KSR's spare engine
Oh yeah,
just
gotta
in case
keep.
they blew up again.
Yeah, you got to keep that in. You got to keep that safe. So why not cover it with a couch like this in the parking lot of the hotel?
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
curious, was that like a Starlink unit that was on the roof?
No, it was just a like a bin. It just was bins. Like
Oh, really?
yeah, it looked crazy with the huge suction cups, but yeah, it was just bins from what I could tell. Like a not like fishing tackle, but like that
Hmm.
kind of with the separators and all that kind of stuff. I first
Yeah.
thought it was like overhead, lights or something, but yeah, it was just a thing of bins. I don't know why they needed to put it there, but I liked it.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, Carl here. Exactly. Relax and have fun, be silly, make someone's mind explode. Duck Hunter, they passed us in Daytona, no couch, but the spare engine in the back.
Nice.
I'm pretty excited to see that they're going to bring those to Six Summer. Obviously, that being in my neck of the woods, that's going to be
Yeah.
fun to watch.
Yeah, that'll be a good one, man. I think these, this is just going to be like this is like I feel like Ruby again,
Yeah,
where they bought Ruby cheap, put a turbo on it, put another turbo, and then it just kind of progressed. Like, are we going to see the lumberjack car one day running like sevens? It'll be the
well,
next one to be cut up. I hope not. You know what I mean? I hope it's always kind of ratty and a little edgy and goes out and runs nines.
I mean, it's already started the same way, right? They started out with tens, dropped to nines. It's going to get a cage. They're going to do something. Next thing you know, they're going to be on the edge of eights, and
Oh
it'll
yeah,
be wild. It'll be fun.
bring it on. I
And
think that's the
Kyle,
way stuff's supposed to go, right?
yeah, and Kyle Hood's got to be loving it.
Oh man, are you kidding me? Oh yeah, I'd be all over that if I was him. So
Right.
that's pretty awesome. All right, man. Let's talk about the racing junk classified stuff. I'm
Yep.
still in awe of the couch.
Winding into our last segment here is the Racing Junk Classifieds. So, are you looking to buy or sell your dream car or parts? Racing Junk Classifieds has you covered. The official buy sell partner of Drag Drive Repeat. Racing Junk is your go to destination for everything from race cars to trailers, engines, and more. With thousands of listings updated daily, you are sure to find exactly what you need to fuel your passion. So join the Racing Junk community today and experience the ultimate marketplace for gearheads like you. Visit racingjunk.com now. And
Yeah.
I got a couple cars here that we found. See if I can get these shared here.
Yeah, and so I looked this morning, and there's 30 cars in the drag and drive section of Racing Junk. Super cool. So you go into drag cars, and then there's a subsection there for drag and drive. Man,
Yep.
awesome. Big shout out to the team at Racing Junk.
Yep. So here we've got a 96 Mustang GT 392, 412 rear wheel horsepower, 15 grand. I don't think that's too horrible.
Yeah, I feel like that's a pretty good deal. 400 horsepower street car, that's about right. Stick shift.
Stick shift, full interior.
Yeah, and a great color.
Yeah, great color. Only 100,000 miles on the chassis too. So not a bad looking car at all. Cloth interior. Weird third pedal there.
What's that for? 2 brakes?
Yeah, so pretty cool here. This is in Phoenix, Arizona. It's again a 96 Mustang GT. Over 30K invested into it. They're only asking 15.
Yeah.
392 cubic inch, 351 Windsor stroker motor, professionally built, dyno and tuned, made 412 horsepower and 470 foot-pounds of torque to the tires on pump gas. Only 3,000 miles since the complete rebuild. And then you can see tons of parts here, scat crank rods, pistons, and rings. And you can just look at all the number of parts that go down here. Interior is gray and cloth, great shape, which you can see in the pictures. The owner has had the car for the past 7 years. It's been stored in a warehouse, only getting driven every now and then. The car runs great. It would drive it anywhere. Normally never gets above 200, even if it's 120 degrees outside. So
yeah, read that next sentence.
It gets more attention than a three-legged dog. If you want to get high fives, thumbs up, fist bumps, everything you go, the car will get it for you.
Man, I love that three-legged dog.
Yeah. Yep. So super cool there. Again, Phoenix, Arizona, 15 grand, 96 Mustang GT, 412 horsepower to the rear wheels.
Yeah.
And then my other one here, a drag and drive
deal.
Mopar Valiant, 35,000.
Yeah. This car's super clean.
It is.
And look how nice that interior is.
Right. Red interior, leather seats.
I feel like this is a pretty good deal.
Yeah. So definitely clean. This one is in Switzerland, Florida. So if anybody's still stuck down there from sick week, not wanting to come home, we can pick up a car.
Yeah, right.
So it's a 69 Valiant, big block, mini tubbed, 35,000. The engine is a low deck, 72 400 block stroke to a 470 cubic inch with H-beam rods, 11.2 compression, TTI headers, Spintech mufflers. Some more stuff here. Jessel belt drive with MSD crank trigger, Mazir water pump, high amp street alternator, trick flow 240 heads and intake. Nitrous Express 300 horsepower plate system. Car runs on 93 octane and has a separate nitrous fuel system for 110 octane. It'll cruise without overheating. It's got a 727 transmission with a reverse manual valve body with a turbo action converter and cheetah shifter. Rear end's a 8384 with 373 gears. Calvert split mono leafs with assassin bars, sliders, and Viking double adjustable shocks. So again, tons of nice stuff here. Yeah. Electronics are an MSD programmable grid ignition box and a maximizer 5 nitrous controller. So again, pretty clean looking Mopar there for all you Mopar guys.
Yeah, I was looking to see if there was anything cheap in here. There's an El Camino for sale. Hang on, I'm going to share my screen real quick.
Uh-oh.
It's only got one photo, but we've got just a few minutes before the end of the show here. So
yeah,
almost there. Because the El Camino times that Cletus had, if somebody wants to get in on some of that. But this car looks pretty nice. Again, only one photo though. That always scares me a little bit. 80 El Camino street legal, 406 Brodix heads, 3,500 RPM converter, turbo 350, 9-inch with 40 spline axles, full spool. I mean, yeah, this car get down, and you can
Oh,
probably
yeah.
do. This car was posted in November, so if it's still for sale, do some negotiating, get into that $7,500 range, and go out and compete with those guys. I wonder if we're going to see maybe a little bit of a challenge from those guys like that. Hey, bring your own cheap car.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you what, I know where there's a El Camino with a 6.0 LS and a Texas Speed cam that might have been put together by 815 LSX swaps locally here that I could probably get my hands on. Just
Nice.
saying.
Yeah, tell them to come on. Let's do it.
I think it would be pretty funny to have a El Camino gathering at 6 Summer. Could you imagine?
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. All right. Well, listen, this kind of wraps up the show, but I do want to talk about episode 97 of the Drag Driver Pete Show on Wednesday night. So currently, we're working on our second guest. The first set of guests, though, man, it's going to be a wild show. We're going to have Keaton Maxon, David Maxon, and Red Hat Scotty on to talk about the Circuit 650 floating index. These guys are the worst peer pressure you've ever seen. They always come in with something. They got some new idea all the time for the circuit, and I love it because those guys bring money, man. If they're going to do something, they're going to donate it, and we're going to have fun with it. And so we're going to basically everyone that's entered in the 650 index for an extra $50 donation, you can write on a chip what the dial-in you would like to see, anywhere from I think 640 to 670 or something like that. And you write on this chip and throw it in there. But for folks that maybe don't want to donate or want to run 650, they don't have to do anything. So it's really cool. Like I think there's 18 people signed up in that class. By the time we get to that point, there'll be 20 something, I'm sure, just because people will move over and around. With that, man, we're really going to see some fun times being had because I think if we can basically get 10 folks, you think about what that does. Like somebody's going to end up writing in 670. Well, somebody doesn't have that tune up for their car. So now they got to figure it out. And with the 200 cars on the property, it's going to be pretty interesting. Plus, I'm not going to announce that yet. We're going to talk about that on Wednesday night. But we've got another big announcement for the circuit as well. So, all right, dude, lead us out of here, man.
All right. Once again, thank you everybody that tuned in this morning. Listened to us for almost an hour now, talk about everything in the Drag and Drive community. So again, appreciate all of you race car friends. And again, we couldn't do this without all of our sponsors: Summit Racing, Molly Motorsports, Driven Racing Oil, Car Chains 3D, WAF Racing, Power Tube or Performabuilt Transmission, J-Wire Solutions, Howard's Cam, Sweet Patina, PowerTube TV, and Racing Junk. Guys, we will see you on Wednesday night.
Yep. See you guys. Oh, hey.